Everybody, we have Venice Escape on the Dominic Kelman podcast. She's looking absolutely amazing. She's from all the way in Arizona. So I'm going to speak as slow as possible.
Please.
Because she finds the Essex Cockney accent hard to understand.
I have to process.
So first things first, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's Saturday, don't gotta work. And I'm about to lay out all day, so we're good.
Good, because it's over there, it's about 12 p.m. in the afternoon.
It is. What time is it here? It is actually exactly 12.
Right, so where I'm from, it's 8. So I know we was gonna do this a few other days in front, but I'd be sitting here like this, like, yeah, Venice, so what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So
and I'll be like, hello, are you listening?
Yeah, and you got me scared because you said, Dominic, people don't like to interview me because I'm a bit feisty and I don't like people.
I don't. So like, I'm always pretty offensive. So I try not to talk as much. That's why y'all see me with the dick in my mouth, because it's just the best way to go in public, because I shouldn't be interviewed. That's what I tell them all the time. If you want, I can, but it might turn everyone off.
Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, for someone who's invested money into Gloryhole Swallow, every single time when I'm off my nut and I've come in from a night out, I'm like, right. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Go on, sorry, what did you say?
No, I just be like, worth it, boop.
No, well, this is the thing. I'm going to tell everyone how I've come across you now. Dave, who runs the Gloryhole Swallow site, people. So if you want to go ahead and go on that site and you like pornography, go and watch it. Because what I think he has done well with, because there's been a lot of girls that have got very big off of that site. You know, You've got people like yourself, where you can clearly see the numbers and the amount of attention that people always want you to come back. In the little comments, they're like, because your name as well isn't readily available on the site as well. So people are always like, what's her name? What's her name?
So that was recently. That's kind of why you see me a lot with, I guess you could say, Bull Bang crew.
That's right.
Right, is because like they're essentially, him and them are the ones who talked me into being accessible in the public. So I didn't really have my OF up. I didn't really have a Twitter or anything related to anything that had to do with porn.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I just went there, got my money, and left. So it was one of those things where it wasn't planned to be like this. So that's why I kind of have that like close relationship with them, is because like they are the reasons you guys have accessibility to me.
Okay. So my question to you is, are you prepared for what that brings? You know, has it been overwhelming? Has it got too much into your personal life? How's that been?
So there's a lot. That's a loaded question when it comes to me.
I can imagine.
Yes. It on both ends, actually.
Yeah.
So when I first had gone to Gloryhole, it was it was discreet, but it wasn't in a sense of like shame or like anything. It was just like, oh, I'm about to do this. You don't really talk about it. I didn't. It wasn't like a big thing. It was literally just I'm there to do like a job and go. So
sorry to cut you. Had you done anything like that in your normal life? Had you ever, sucked a lot of different penises at once, and has that ever happened?
So a couple stories. Yeah. Like I've had like personal instances where we've had things like like, yeah, I've had threesomes and like shared and stuff like that, but anything on camera was never really on purpose, or anything posted wasn't on purpose on my end. So I was almost used to the shock
value of it,
of seeing myself and not realizing I was there. Because my ex did a number on me for a couple of years with posting our videos, and it was like people would randomly find them and be like, is that you? And I'm like, yeah. So
and what would that be uploaded to, like a big forum like Pornhub or something?
Yeah, he put them on like X videos and Pornhub and stuff. So as far as I know, they got taken down because it was a huge shock factor then. And that was actually before even GHS. So with GHS, I was like, well, fuck it. Shit's been out there before, and apparently like why not? So with GHS, I actually had gone a couple times before people started noticing, and people in my personal life started noticing about, I want to say after like my second, maybe it was my first. It was literally so close to home that at least 3 people between my best friend's brothers and a friend of mine who I dated her cousin are subscribers on GHS. so
I'm telling you, it is, I'm not lying to you, Venice, right?
Like
I love women, I love sex, I love pornography. Okay. Now, what Dave has managed to accomplish with this site is it's extremely professional in terms of the camera quality and what you're seeing, but you're getting that amateuresque, gritty, dirty side to it. But you're getting quite professional women in there as well. So it's like a convergence of what men really want to see nowadays. Is they want to see the absolute nasty stuff.
They want to see what they can't get at home is what they want.
Yeah, or maybe not even that, because I mean, it's so accessible, Venice. I mean, in London, I could literally type in right now, dogging, or there's a swingers up the road from my house. I could find these services if I wanted to. But there's something about what Dave has done with the way he films Gloryhole Swallow that has absolutely, I mean, I was definitely, that to me was nearly the only porn I was watching. But then what I was going to say to you is the doors that it's open for some other girls, like say like Bella Jane or Proxy Page, these type of girls, they're going on with Mike Adriano doing true anal only, all those things. So is that something you're interested in as well, or is that too big?
So it's part-time for me.
Right.
So just because like I do have a very active personal life, like I really do have the 3 kids, and I really do have things that are coming up all the time. Like, and I really do have to like schedule, like I don't have a normal like way of doing it than all these people who like put their all into it.
I understand.
So
yeah.
With me, I'm also very, very loyal to where I came from. So if anything really gets in the way of
that loyalty,
being able to have a good relationship with Dave at GHS, I'm not gonna do it. So
because it's not your be all and end all.
Yeah, and it's so he is, he likes the amateur aspect of it. And that's what he is, his pride is the amateur aspect of it. And he does throw girls in there that have been other places or been there before, because you do like
he's inviting them into the amateur world, but they're professional. Do you know what I'm saying?
And he's literally like, Dave is so chill. Like, nothing is planned. It's kind of like, come here, let's see how it goes. Like, let me know if it's too much. And it's not easy. Like,
no, it doesn't look easy.
It's not. It's definitely one of those things where like, I give someone props if they go in there any kind of sober. You know what I mean? It's a good, solid, just go at it. But it can be overwhelming, but they make it very comfortable there. Like, he makes sure that people like that you're comfortable. He makes sure that the guys are doing what they have to do. If you need a break, he'll give you a break. So there's sometimes like, even in my last one, I don't actually think it's posted yet, but I have an earbud in my ear because I'm like, I cannot handle hearing like
weird stuff.
If I'm concentrating, if I'm trying to concentrate on some coming here, like, I'm not trying, like, I kind of want some like shit to encourage me in my ear. So then all the guys are complaining, oh, without the earbud this time. Hey, but y'all got your dick sucked on rhythm, right?
Yeah, and I didn't have to listen to you speak.
Right. And I tell Dave all the time, all you hear is slurping and smacking back here. And I'm just like, I am not entertained. So like,
and one thing I can say as well is men do say some weird, like I've noticed more in pornography than in real life, because when I have sex with women, do I speak? Not really. But in pornography, men tend to say some really strange, odd things that make me they make me laugh and think, what are you saying? So to you seem like a girl that don't take no shit.
Well, I don't care. Like, and I'm not going to get offended very easily.
But it'll turn you off.
It's one of those. So there is no turn on going in.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
So let's walk through what it is like to go through 20 dicks, swallowing that many people in one sitting. I mean, is that like?
I couldn't tell you one thing about that. No, I don't care. So it's one of those things where like, I go in, the assignment, you know what I mean? You know what you're there for. So like, don't get offended with requests. Just say no. Don't. And everyone has to, like, everyone will ask, like, if a guy wants to fuck you, if you're in a glory hole and he wants to fuck you, he'll ask. You can say yes or no. You can say, pop on a condom, or you can say like, no, only sucking today. So it's all up to you, but at the same time, like, you're there for a reason. So it's honestly, when I go in there, I head to the booth, I get ready, and it's actually better because I don't see their faces. I don't get to be unattracted to them. I don't get to.
Yeah, of course. What? I thought that the hole where they put their dick through, I thought that there was a hole where their face is as well, because sometimes they look up, and I thought that they could see them.
Mm-mm.
You can't see them. Okay.
No. So, if with the holes, we cannot see, but if we look up, it's probably at Dave.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Sometimes, like, even like, I had a guy talking to me through the hole because I was with another girl, and when we're in the booth, it's very small, so like, we can kind of hear everything, and you are not allowed to have that background noise of talking. So the guys, they're able to, so the guys in line outside, they can I think peep somewhere in there. They can peep through and see what's going on to kind of get the turn on going. But once they're in the hole, we cannot see. And
they can see you though.
No, they cannot.
Oh, they can't see you either.
No, not the people that are getting the dick sucked.
Really?
Other people who are in line can see what's going on in
okay.
our booth, but it's a very like it's very like it's easy to not see anything.
I'm
like
so fascinated right now. So how do they get hard and everything for someone they can't see or anything? I find that fascinating.
I think I should ask you guys that, because to me, that's like, yeah. So I don't know. Like, I cannot imagine being a guy and having to like need to get hard to perform. Like, honestly,
it's
like
crazy. It's crazy.
I'm wet all the time. So I don't need, like, that's one of those things where like, are you ready? No, I'm always ready. But like, y'all aren't. So I have no idea. But there there has been mishaps in the hole to where like guys will not come, or guys won't, like, they'll lose their hardness. So it's just like, all right, let's go. Like, because they're normal, like these are normal guys that are coming through there,
performers.
And sometimes it might be like to where they've never done it before and they don't know. Like, I had one guy that we're kind of supposed to get warned that they're coming, so we can make sure that we swallow or put it wherever they want.
Knock on the wall, right?
I'm not sure if you guys hear that, but yeah, they knock.
Yeah, we hear it.
Well, the thing is sometimes I guess that they don't know. So there's been times where it's just been like shot down my throat, and you can come in and get it. Sorry.
Right.
But it's been shot down my throat, and there was no knock, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, was I supposed to knock?" No, you're good. We got it.
Next,
but a lot of people do like the shock factor.
Yeah. So do you
I'm gonna walk.
because you seem to be quite, I mean, this is just from me paying attention, but you seem to be quite a pivotal role in the Gloryhole website experience, and now Blow Bang has started to do their own thing alongside. So does that mean that you get any input in the performance? Like, could you say to Dave, can they see us, and are you able to have that input?
What do you mean? They see us like
so like, you know how I was saying that the men can't see you, and you can't see them, and you know, like little things in the actual performance and production, because you're quite pivotal in this. Do you get to have any input with Dave with it? That's what I mean.
So that earbud thing was something that I was like, hey, like this, like I'm bored listening to myself suck dick. Like, I want to. And even in the gangbang, when we go into the I forget what we call it. Oh, the theater room. So we'll usually do Gloryhole first, and then if the girl is up, we'll go to theater. They'll go to the theater room. So in the theater room, it's a little different because everyone's standing around you, just like, you know, wanting to fuck you. So like, it's one of those things where like that can get a little bit intense. But the thing is you're literally behind a light the whole time, and behind the light you cannot see anything. So there's been times where like I'm interviewing like with Dave, and like he'll turn the light off, and I'm like, holy shit, there is so many people in here. Because at the time I'm literally sitting there and I had no idea.
Right?
Yeah. And then like, he's like, okay, well, let's fuck. And so like, and now all these people are like, all these guys are standing there just with their dicks hanging out, like ready to fuck. So, and then you're just like, okay, who's next? You know, who's first? Like, you know, what position do you want, type thing. But like, when it goes into it, it's just like, it's literally like, I know that my mouth and my pussy needs to be full. So like, you're just kind of like grabbing. You'll almost see me like, I don't know who I'm grabbing or what, but like, it's just one of those like, okay, I need a dick in my mouth because I'm bent. You know what I mean? Like, I know the assignment. So like, it's different. Like, obviously, like I know the assignment. I'm there to do what I need to do and get come. So, and I'm there to do it the way people want to see it. So when everyone's like, oh, you're this and you're that, right? But I'm also getting paid to do it. So don't have those expectations with me, random ass, because like at this point.
Oh yeah,
like,
I see what you're saying. Yeah. So when you meet, I mean, I don't know if you're single or not, but when you hook up with people that I've seen Gloryhole, do they expect what they're seeing on the internet?
So I've actually really changed my personal life since being in porn. It's really, really rare that like I will fuck someone because I like them at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, like I just, so.
It's funny you say that because there's a few girls in porn that I know, strippers, stuff like that. And it is funny when your mindset changes that way, because a lot of the girls I know who are in porn, OnlyFans, stuff like that, and I have quite a few that I know quite well, even interviews I've done on here, and they say once that they get the taste of the money that they're earning from either pornography or stripping, they just become like, well, why would I have sex for free now? You know, because they're beautiful girls and stuff like that, just like yourself. So I'm sure you would have absolutely a whole fan base of people willing to pay to have sex with you.
So here's the thing. If you work in a cake shop, you have cake available to you all the time. You're probably not going to go home and eat cake. So
I understand.
And you sure as hell aren't going to go buy cake when you have it at work that you can eat for free. So you feel me? Like, it's one of those things where like, if I really like you, I will do myself the honor and fuck you because I want you.
You're funny. But I like you.
It takes me a lot to get to the point where I feel I deem you worthy of my free time.
No,
because,
I understand.
like,
yeah, fully.
Like I can, like I said, I can go fuck for it. My thing is like it is very hard to stay polite
to simple guys men.
to send me dick pics and is like when are you gonna come get it? And I'm just like, no, when are you gonna pay me to get it? Like, do you think that I'm like, ooh, a dick? Like, I haven't seen one of those in like 2 minutes. You know,
I can't lie.
Twitter.
I feel like that about girls sometimes when they send me a video of them fingering themselves, or I'm kind of just looking at the pussy and I'm kind of like,
this shit is free.
I'm not really enjoying this.
Like, I can go online and see a whole ass dick in a pussy. Why would I want to see your finger? Well, like, and the thing is like, I'll do what you ask because that's what you want. But like, I'm not going to expect someone to treat me any different than anybody else unless there's that expectation of us having that relationship.
I understand.
So yeah, it's just one of those things where like,
but has that taken a while to adjust? Because I guess, look, it's like me being a plumber. When I first started plumbing, I was awful. I worked for free. Then it went a bit more up. And then as you know what you're doing, as you're 4 years, 5 years down the line, that's when the money starts to come, etc. Do you feel like you've shot into this space pretty intensely, and you've had to adjust relationships with friends, family, men who want to meet you? Is it quite intense?
It's really overwhelming. It's super overwhelming. I'm a very, very private person. I'm a very honest and open person. When I have a conversation with you, that's one of the reasons why I say don't ask me if you don't want to know, because I will tell you.
Because I'm quite shocked, actually, because when I know of you from Gloryhole, you don't speak, really.
I try not to, yeah.
Yeah, like nearly at all. And then when I was messaging you, you was quite like, well, look, I don't like interviews. And I was like, I've spoke to murderers, Venice, yeah? I'll be all right with you. But I'm shocked again, which has now enhanced what I think of you when I'm watching your porn, because now it's added a whole different personality to you, because you can speak freely pretty well.
Yeah, like I have a brain, and like, and I'm not as young as all these girls that are soaking in like, they want the follows, they want the fame, they want the this, and they want the that. And I'm over here like borderline shutting down all my social media because it's so overwhelming. And as long as I see it like a progression in like its worth, then I'll probably keep doing it. But one thing about me is I am going to go off of my own vibe and not the expectations of others.
Of others, of course.
So one of those things that I noticed is, especially on Twitter, like people are very, very like demanding of content.
Yeah.
And that ain't me. So it's one of those things where you're going to get what you get. And if you like it, you like it. So, and I'm not going to go over like any boundaries I have with things, because like there's certain things that I just won't do because I don't fucking like it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like there's some things I just won't do on camera. Like with cutting into like the personal life and stuff, I do like to have like a certain version of myself and sex for people that value me outside of like my looks, what I do, and things like that. So I feel value from somebody, I will feel it. And those are the kind of situations that I now have to. So if I actually find myself liking someone, which is hard,
I bet,
I will get very protective of my sexual contact with them. So
okay, yeah, well, I've noticed that with girls that I've got with that are in that type of industry, when I feel like they have a connection with me, it's like they get less sexual. Do you get me?
Yes.
Because they don't want to make me to think that I can just do anything and I'm just getting them for the sex. Do you get me?
And they don't want to feel like they're in that, because there's a difference, obviously, of performing versus liking someone.
Yeah.
So like, and there's like, I'm telling you right now, when I am at the Gloryhole, when I am doing a gangbang, it feels good because it's sex, but there is no pleasure in the process. I'm not, okay. There is no pleasure in the process for me. It feels good at the time, but anything can feel good at the time. You know what I mean?
I understand. Yeah.
I'm very good at separating sex when I like someone versus when I'm on camera or fucking. So it's not like I do less, but you don't put yourself or them in a position to make you feel like you're performing, because once that happens, the connection with you and them is gone. And if you want to keep that connection, it's you can't put them in that category. So being in porn now, if I do like someone, I will let them know. Like, FYI, I do porn. One of those things, if I don't tell them, I will make sure that I do not fuck in between like performing and testing. So I will only fuck people I know and actually like in the process of after the test, with no session scheduled.
I understand. So because now you're trying to respect.
Yes. And I will literally tell them, like, I'm not going to be able to fuck for another 2 weeks. because I'm going to have a session and I'm going to get tested and I'm going to wait because like, that's my personal life. Like,
I understand.
You know what I mean? So I almost choose to just not worry about it and not deal with them. The only one I would say would have been consistent would have been like my ex,
Right.
but that went crazy when he found out about the porn. So
yeah, I mean, he seems like he's had quite an effect on your life in general.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to go into it, but I can
Yeah,
tell.
definitely. And everyone will ask like about my tattoos and stuff like that. And yeah, he's like all over, and will probably watch this. He will probably talk shit. He will probably send everybody in my personal life everything. So yeah, it's one of those things where he kind of prepared me to get to the point of I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and everyone's like, oh, your kids, because my older boys are 18 and 17.
Right.
So I'm not stupid. Porn is very accessible and prominent in every little boy's life. And so I've never really had the conversation with them like directly, but I don't know if they like technically know because of like everyone knowing. But at the same time, my ex has put it out there to my ex-husband, my family, like everything. So it's just one of those things where I don't care. I walk around with my head held high because I'm gonna tell you what, everybody else is getting fucked for free.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Listen,
you can be a hoe and get paid, or you can go be a hoe and try to be secret about it. Like,
well, I can tell you this, Venice, yeah. So I was plumbing in category A prisons around the country, right? So category A is the highest possible.
oh, you said category A.
Category, yeah, category.
I'm all category. What the fuck is a category?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is category A? So like they're really dangerous?
Serial killers, terrorists, stuff like that. Now,
how interesting. I am I don't watch any scripted shows. I literally only watch documentaries. Oh yeah, I was telling you because I was watching this crime scene cleanups. Yeah. So go ahead. Now this
snaps
is interesting.
and all of that. Mate, listen, I love it. I love it all.
Yeah.
I probably watched every single episode of Snapped. I watch all the new ones that come to Netflix. There's a website I'm going to send you. Oh, I always forget what it's called, but it's got the whole investigations, like 2 hours, 3 hours long, but it's got like a psychologist who the voiceover stops it and says, this is what this is doing, and this is why he's looking down at the table. And
is that a show?
no, it's on YouTube, but
I need that.
I'm gonna send it to you after we speak, because we're gonna wrap it up now. But yeah, what I was gonna say with the prison thing is, before I started, speaking to girls in porn that I know and girls I've met and etc., I'm not a very judgmental person. Mm-hmm. But growing up, porn has been in my life, and I was probably 13. It's my birthday on Monday, and I turned 31. All right.
Okay. Oh my God, you're so young. Happy birthday.
I'm a younger. So you could be doing a lot worse for your kids, right?
Yeah. Right.
Than doing what you're doing. So people will judge you for so many different things. They'll judge you for your hair. They'll judge you for how long your nails are. They'll judge you if you're working in admin and you're a receptionist on 15 grand a year. So I say, fuck them.
Let them judge me on what I want to do.
Like, just speaking to you in this conversation, my whole head's blown. So it's just good to kind of hear a woman break down their reasonings for what they're doing in the pornography world and their boundaries. And it's just interesting to me, because I feel like from us as men, we're pushed that you should never watch porn. The women don't want to be there and they don't want to do it, and they're forced. And so sometimes I'm while I'm wanking to porn at night, I'm in two
Like,
minds, like, oh my God, should I be doing
up
this?
like, oh shit, that's somebody's baby. Like, oh man, like that's somebody's mama. Like that could be my mom. Yeah, no. That
You know
well,
what I mean?
especially if it doesn't look pleasurable, like what the fuck? Like, are y'all okay? You want to stop it? Like, girl, are you okay?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Sort of
well, and that's what I'm
sorry.
Right. Like, I'm sorry, forget this. No, when I'm there, like everyone's like, oh, it looks like you loved it. And I'm just like, isn't it supposed to? Like, I'm not trying to look like it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, I want to look like I like it.
So Venice, listen, last but not least, is there anything that you want to say as we leave? Thank you so much. It's been, have you enjoyed it, more importantly?
Totally. I love talking about myself, apparently.
So give us a high five.
I know, right?
Do you want to say anything to your fans? Do you want to drop all of your social medias and where to find you and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I say, like I get really overwhelmed by like the social media. So with my with porn, I'm usually only doing the OnlyFans and or Twitter.
Okay.
And they're both Venice Escape. I want to say my Instagram is Venice_Escape. And then my Snap, I think is _ too. Okay. Venice_Escape. But so it's really for promos, not for conversation. Yeah. Like I don't want to sit there and have conversations all day with people asking me questions while they're rubbing their dick and I'm trying to make my daughter breakfast. So if like,
just to let you know, I was not rubbing my dick when we were speaking.
I know, right? No. I wouldn't even judge at this point. This was scheduled. So, and that's what I tell people, schedule with me. I'm not here to have a conversation. But that's what it comes down to is like, I'm not here to flirt. I'm not here like it, and if you're tipping, that's another story. That's what I'm here for, but I'm not your girl. Like, you know what I mean? So
I understand.
I really don't have anything like, I'm a very open person. Always just ask me. Like, I have no problem answering questions. I have no problem. Like I'm a very transparent person and don't get offended. Like, I'm the type of person that I might say something and it sounds a little like aggressive or abrupt, but then the next day I'm just like, oh, hey, I heard about this. And they're like, you were rude yesterday. Yeah. And I was just like, no, I was speaking. Like, to me, communication is communication. If you're upset or something, like, communicate. Like, to me, I'm not going to be mad at you because you're expressing something. So in my inbox or anything, like, I have no problem with questions. I have no problem with verifying. I have no problem with anything, but don't annoy me. Okay. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll let you in on a secret with what you were saying about coming across wrong. Is I suffer with bipolar.
So do I.
So do you know what bipolar is?
Oh yeah, like
yeah. So sometimes. It's usually the closest ones to me, so thank God for them. But
who you know I can be understand and love you through your snaps.
I could be two old different people sometimes, and I really don't mean it, you know. And I don't mean to be offensive either. That's why I thought, no, let me mentally prepare myself for Venice today, just in case she offends me and I offend her, and then we just.
I know, right? Down. Yeah, no. I'll be like, what the fuck?
Well,
no, but I it's really hard to offend me, honestly.
Yeah, same. I don't really get offended by much. Well, listen, Venice, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. I think you're a beautiful girl, so keep doing what you're doing. And please stop. Never give up the nuts.
I will try not to.
We want to keep this content going. We need you.
Coming. We'll definitely keep them coming.
Keep them coming. We need you in the UK, all right?
Right, I'll be there. Yep. I always go back to VHS.
High five. Have a good day, all right?
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Take care.
Talk to you again. Bye.
See ya.